สำหรับหัวข้อถัดไปนะคะก็เราจะพูดกันถึงเรื่องนี้ค่ะหลายท่านเนี่ยนะคะคงจะทราบกันอยู่แล้วว่าแฟชั่นเนี่ยเรามีการเปลี่ยนแปลงหมุนเวียนเปลี่ยนไปตลอดเวลาแล้วเปลี่ยนแปลงอย่างรวดเร็วด้วยแต่ว่าเราจะทำยังไงให้เราสามารถที่จะสร้างสรรค์ผลงานหรือว่าเกิดไอเดียใหม่ๆไอเดียดีๆให้ได้ตลอดเวลาฉะนั้นเดี๋ยวเราไปดูทริคนี้กันนะคะจากหัวข้อเรื่อง Design Management System Multidisciplinary Enabling Creative Success ค่ะโดยคุณ Cristina Morozzi นะคะจาก Marangoni School of Fashion and Design จากประเทศอิตาลีค่ะ So ma'am, are you ready? Are you ready? Of course, ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause to welcome Miss Cristina Morozzi from Marangoni School of Fashion and Design from Italy.
Good evening. I would like first of all to thank for inviting me here. I was very proud. I'm very proud to be here and to speak as Director of Education of Istituto Marangoni Design. Shortly, I would like to introduce myself. Since the beginning of my career, I board between design and fashion. I start as editor of fashion, and I go on in design, and then design begin the hardcore of my profession. But I'm still involved in fashion, and in the field of design, they talk about me as I am the only expert of design fashion victim. And I'm a little bit criticized by my colleague because the world of design is a little bit moralistic and fashion is more free. So the thematic of my speech is about, they asked me to speak about multidisciplinary. And obviously, multidisciplinary is the hardcore of the contemporary culture. Fashion and design, in my opinion, go always together. And technology and art inspiring fashion and design. Innovation and technology are the basis for the future and the development of business in fashion and design. New textile can change the fashion trend. New materials influence shapes, function, and ergonomics of the design object. As design is related to every life quality, it means that also fashion is involved, as we need to be dressed, not only to be covered against the cold, but as Virginia Woolf wrote, to change our vision of the world and the point of view of the world on us. So this for me is a basic of my idea of fashion. Starting to this topic, I called my speech Design Couture. It's a title I make for a part of a book named Terrific Fashion. But at the end, I don't put this chapter because there are too much pages. So I devoted to you these topics. Terrific Fashion is my last book published by Sole 24 Ore Cultura in Italy, and is in Italian and also in English, and is on extraordinary pieces of fashion, very strange and very foolish, and has 250 items, full page published. So Design Couture, it means a link between fashion and design, and how also design use the pattern, the color, the fabrics of fashion to be more glamorous, to be more affordable, to be more, to be better in relation with people. Then I start my presentation with few pictures about Istituto Marangoni. A few words on Istituto Marangoni. Is born as a fashion school in 1935, founded by Giulio Marangoni himself, and the campus of design, of which I am director, is 3 years old only, and I'm very proud about the development of this. And we try in the campus of design to underline the link between fashion and design. I have to point that now Marangoni, starting from this October, will have also an art school, new one, based in Florence. And this is new. So now is fashion, art, and design. These are the topics of the Istituto Marangoni, founded in 1935, 5 schools all over the world, Milano, Firenze, Londra, Parigi, Shanghai. Over 4,000 students, 106 nationalities, 4 official languages, but the official language, in fact, is English. As I told before, Marangoni tried to make a bridge between fashion and design. And these are the mission: teach fashion, art, and design between creativity, entrepreneurship, and industries, creation, communication, managerial coordination, unique industry collaboration. At Marangoni School, there are courses in business, in retail, in fashion, in visual, design management, in design. And our plus is a partnership with the companies, because the master projects are realized in partnership with the companies. Companies gave a brief, and the students realize a product on the basis of the brief of the companies. And most of the time, the companies realize a prototype of the students. And this means that the students start from the age, the scholarship, to be involved in the real world of business and professional. As I told you before, these are the Marangoni campus. Shortly, I show you the picture. Firenze. And this is I start with my presentation. Here is, you see, Fernando Umberto Campana, Brazilian designer. This is an armchair realized for Fendi, and this realized with what it rests from the fur of the coat. So it's a bridge between design and fashion, and is overcharged of color and patterns, and I find a link between the new collection of Gucci. This is again Fernando Umberto Campana for a gallery in Rome. And it's very interesting because it's a mix between, again, something coming from the fashion, real fur, and a structure in brass realized by the craftsmen of Via Giulia in Rome. And these are unique pieces produced in 9 items and sold by Galleria O in Rome. This is the same collection, and the name of the collection is Barocco Rococo. And again, I find some links between the overcharged collection of Gucci with gold and with a lot of embroidery and pattern. Oh, sorry. Again, Fernando Umberto Campana. This is for Carpenter's Gallery in London. And as you've seen, with frange and with printed leather. And I find some relationship with what is doing Bottega Veneta. This is what happens in the field of design when the designers are inspired by the couture. The chair by Marcel Wantters is dressed with a skirt. At the other side is a piece of furniture produced by Valeri, and in this case it is designed by a stylist, haute couture stylist, born in Rome but based in Paris, Maurizio Galante, and is very precious arty craft. Again, I put some suggestion of fashion, Paul Smith and Gucci, just to see the same style of skirt like the one of Marcel Wantters and the idea of multicolor. Oh my God, sorry. No, what happens? This is an armchair of Philip Stark in stainless steel, and is on design couture because it's like laces, and is produced by Dryade. So the inspiration to the laces is really clear. And this is a unique pieces done by Jürgen Bey. And the idea is to mix the wood with the textile and just to emphasize the hybridation with the two material. But the textile is not used for covering, but also as structure. The same emphasize the raw textile. And this is knitted armchair, and always is done to underline the handmade realization. This is a piece it's very similar to what is in design by a stylist named Carlo Volpi that make prodigious pieces knitted. Is Italian but based now in London. And this is a funny idea by a Dutch designer to make a table lamp like what we call the cushion for the pins that all the tailor use. This is a chair covered with knitted. And this is a collection done by a couple of designers based in Amsterdam, but Italian and Japanese, that they reproduce on the fabrics the pattern of the wood. And so is what we call in French a trompeille, a fabric trompeille. And this is a complete collection. Also the chandelier is dressed with this trompeille fabric. And this is an idea a link because this Trompale fabric is tapestry, and this collection of Prada is made with tapestry fabrics. This is the same, also Dolce & Gabbana uses, and this is more near to what is used in the past for cover the armchair and the sofa, is tapestry. And here is Dolce & Gabbana, is a dress. This is a beautiful experiment made by the company specialized in upholstery Morozzi, Italian company, and Alexander McQueen. Is an old piece, but very impressive. The idea to dress the armchair with a real dress by Alexander McQueen, and was exhibited during the furniture fair in the boutique of Alexander McQueen. And I have to remember, unfortunately I have not a picture, a table for 12 people created by Paul Smith, with the chair dressed with a shirt of Paul Smith and with the sleeves on the back, with linked on the back. And was a funny idea, and each one of us can change the dress of our armchair, putting a men's shirt on. I try at home, it's fantastic. This is against, again, Alexander McQueen, the same exhibition, a corset and a skirt. A lamp is made, a chandelier is made by crochet, and the last one is the idea to put the skirt and the shirt on a chair, to dress a chair. This is a sort of corset, and is a piece of design embroidery done by one of the leading Chinese design, XYZ, and is really couture, and is very similar to this Gucci embroidery dress in transparent the chandelier on the left side is in fabric, and is done with the same process of the tie and dye, but inside the fabric, Camilla Diderich put some little ball of wood, and then he put is in polyester, and then he put in the oven high temperature, and then he took away the little ball of wood, and the high temperature modify the shape of the fabric. And it's the same process that Issey Miyake used to make the plissé, because the plissé of Issey Miyake is done with a polyester that resists the high temperature. So you can wash also in the washing machine, because it's made at a high temperature, so at 300 degrees, it seems me. The other lamp is covered with crochet. And I put here a Dolce & Gabbana with his laces dress, just similar to the lamp. This is extraordinary pieces done by Inga Sempe. It's a cabinet with 3 shelves inside, and for opening you do like this, and it was done for Edra. an Italian company. And here is the same in the fashion. This is another chair by Edra, and the name is Mummy, and in fact the cover is realized with grosgrain in elastic grosgrain, and is done by hand. And the other one is armchair of Morozzi, and is dressed with a flower dress by the Dutch designer Todd Bronte. On the left we have an armchair, is similar again to Elysis, but is realized in leather, and another chair knitted with wool, and this is art pieces because is underlined the idea that is made by hand step by step. This is a lamp made as a dress. And this is by a young designer, and is very scenographic. These are dishes in which the pattern is realized like is embroidered, like we call punto croce. I don't know in English. It's a traditional way to embroider in Italy, and is an idea to reproduce on ceramic the effect of the embroidery. And it's done by two young designers named Adologia Project, and produced by Edra, is the last collection. Again, Analogia Project, and this idea to reproduce on ceramic the effect of the embroideries. So always there is some transfer from the field of fashion to the design. Again, this is the last collection. And I put, just to make some link, Dolce Gabbana, with this over embroidery dress. This is a very nice new project of the young designer, Elena Salmistraro. Is a cover for a flower vase. The idea is to make a sort of, with a new kind of textile, elastic, polyester elastic made in Japan, to make some origami. So the cover is elastic, and I suppose to have another, no, I don't have. Sorry. The cover is elastic, and you can dress a very standard glass vases with which the florist sells the bouquet, and you can change the image of your standard vase, changing the dress like a person. You can change the dress to the vase. And this is the same idea of origami in the collection, in the last collection of Issey Miyake. This is on the left, the last collection of Patricia Urquiola for Cassina, and it represents what it means, the feminine touch on a classic company, always with very normal color, like dark red, brown, beige, and Patricio Urquiola introduced more the textile and pastel color, so just to renew the image of the very serious armchair of Cassina with a feminine touch. And also interesting is how the fabric, and I would like to say, just to underline the title, Design Couture, how the dress can change the image of the armchair. This is a classic chair of Gerrit Thomas Rietveld, done in the 40s, and usually is in blue and one color. And the idea of this dress, like Arlecchino, is by I have a lack of memory. Berjan Pot, a Dutch designer, and there was the art director of Cassina, Patricio Urquiola, that asked to Berjan Pot to revamp the classic chair. And the idea is to make some foolish, and is completely different from the originally, a little bit boring. This is a sort of plissé. It seems a sort of vionnet dress, and is done with paper by an incredible, what I can say, artist, craftsman named Daniele Papuli, that make incredible pieces, folding paper, newspaper, and all kind of paper. This is an installation made for Missoni of little tent, but knitted. And the author is Aldo Lanzini, that is a guy that can make knitting incredible pieces. And here I selected a last sofa of a little company based in Milano, ad LC, and because it's done like a corset, and with a corset of Vivienne Westwood, and was exposed, in fact, in the boutique of Vivienne Westwood at Milano during the furniture fair. This is, again, an idea to the structure, the shell of the chair is done with a sort of plissé, and the same is the table, but the plissé is in glass and done by Baccarat. And this is a corset of Swarovski that has a lot of analogies with the table of Baccarat. Again, a new garden chair presented by Driade during the furniture fair, and is like the one of Philip Stark. It seems like a laces. This is metal lacquered and is devoted to the garden. And this is an idea, again, of some pieces in glass, but with plissé, with something that seems a dress, couture. And this is, again, embroidery by Dolce & Gabbana that has a link with the chair by Fredrickson and Stallard. This is an incredible installation realized by Marni during the furniture fair in the showroom of Milano, and was Marni Bauhaus, and they made this installation. Imagine a big skirt made by different kind of fabrics, and this is a chair woven and done in Africa, just to see how is important the textile technique to give the personality to the pieces. Again, a couture effect. On the left, there is a new idea, and this we have this in leather, and a new idea of wall covering, and is a sort of a new mosaico, not in glass but in ceramic, and the shape is like little leaves, and is realized by young designer, and is produced by a company named Bottega Nove. And again, this is Hermès that always make a bridge between fashion and design, because Hermès is famous for its leather production in accessories, and he started a design collection some years ago, and now he tries always to put his skillness in leather, or not only in accessory but also in design object. And this is idea of feather like the one of the mosaic, and this is Philippe Tracy. The cabinet is interesting because it's done by Anderson, the new stylist of Loewe, and he produced this cabinet, and he said that this presented during the Salone del Mobile. And he said that he would like to be is a stylist, not a designer, but he would like to start also with design, to make a global collection for Loewe, and so we have more and more some creator of fashion that try to go into design, but it's not like before, not like the home collection. It's the idea to be not only a creator of dress, but also a creator of piece of furniture. And the other side, there is a very famous armchair of Ron Arad for Moroso. That was one of the first that Ron Arad realized for Moroso. And I saw again after a lot of years, because they put again in production this year, because it's 40 years of this chair, and it's very similar to Issey Miyake dress. Allora, this is, on the left side, there is a flower vase blown in glass, and it seems realized with a foulard. And the other one is very funny pieces done by Matteo Cibic, and done for the jeans brand, the denim brand Replay. And the idea is to make a horses, and is dressed, the fur is done, but what it rest of the denim, of the jeans, and is a desk. If you see you can open and you have a desk. And this was presented also during the Salone del Mobile in Milano. And this is Studio Job and Colombo Stile. And this there is a story behind, because Studio Job is a couple of designers based in Anversa, very skilled and incredible, and they make installation art pieces, and they are very refined in details. And they were invited by a classic company based in Brianza to make some pieces. And Studio Job are a friend of mine, and they said, no, we can work with a classic company because we are contemporary design. And what you think about? And I say, you have to do, because there is a revamp of classic style. During the last furniture fair, there was an exhibition before Design Classic with a beautiful film by Matteo Garrone. And so I invited them to go on with Colombo Stile. And they sent me, this is my private picture. And few days before the furniture fair, I got on my phone a message, and they say, Cristina, we are very happy because we gone in Brianza at the company, and we don't need to design anything because we discovered a lot of chair structure. The company is full of chair structure, so we can use existing, and we work only on the dress of the chair. And so they made this hybridation with this classic shape just existing, and with this incredible pattern expressed design for the company. This is again a sort of analogies with plissé, with fashion, but is in glass, anzi, in crystal, created by a couple of designers based in London, Raw Edge. Oh, sorry. No. These are a presentation again this year at the Salone del Mobile. And this idea to make, this is in Palazzo Litta, a sample of Barocco Milanese, and this idea to make the red carpet on the stair, but it's done by the rubber, the same rubber which was used to make the floor of the Metropolitana Milanese. And this is the idea to realize a dog house like a bag. And is an idea by Marco Morosini. And he made in the same way the bags for the beach. And this is a new project of a young designer, very with a lot of talent, named Giorgia Zanellato, for a gallery in Rome, Secondo Me, in which there is a collaboration between a designer and a textile artist. So in which the textile has a big role because it's done by hand, and the design part is only a very slim structure just to underline the fabric. This is an idea to mix the crochet to the porcelain, and they sell the vase and the thread and the instruction to realize a vase, and you can realize by yourself the vase, and you can change the color, and you have different vases. It depends from the trend you use. This is a art designer, Loredana Bonora, that made a complete collection covered, dressed with crochet. This is part of the collection, lamp, armchair, and also a bed. This is always Loredana Bonora, and is a special exhibition, and is a very refined work. Again, Loredana Bonora, also in gold, and all done by hand. And this is an idea, very incredible idea, to mix silk with blown glass, and is by Andrea Anastasio, and is part of the collection named Poets, done by Lunardon, a very well-known craftsman in blown grass. And this is incredible because this is Indian silk, and this idea to mix, it's the first time to mix fabrics with glass. Again, an idea to embroidery on the cabinet, and this a collection of the young designer Rami, cioè the idea to make embroidery on the cabinet. This is a project by a duo based in Amsterdam, Scholte Begin, and they show how you can change your classic armchair covering with a blanket with incredible combination of color. They didn't design the upholstery, but they designed the blanket. And this is another project, a bridge between accessories and design, because it's a sofa realized with luggage in patent leather, and it can be not very comfortable, but is a sofa. And the relation is with the patent shoe by Roger Vivier. This is one of the last projects, anzi, the last project of Ferruccio Laviani for Cartel is a lamp. Is realized in plastic injected, and is in fact a sort of laces. Incredible technological realization, because an injection in plastic like this, it means incredible. And here is the trend of laces for t-shirt and kind like this. Again, a piece of Nando realized in paper, and it seems something of Miyake. And incredible, this cabinet, like a skirt with plissé, and is a piece of craftsmanship very difficult to realize. These are the same on the skirts. This is an idea to a flower vase dress, because this dress is realized with some pocket is covered with plastic, transparent with pocket in which you can put water, and you can put plants or flower inside. And is an incredible project realized by a foolish stylist based in Milano in Via San Maurilio. And the same realized the year before a dress with meringue and a dress in wood. This is an artist, American artist that exposed at Museum of Art Decorative in New York, and that use the technical embroidery and textile just to produce piece of art. And it's an idea just to the link with art and fashion. And these are incredible. It's a piece of art that cost a lot of money, done by Haas Brothers, and sells in New York. And they are realized in Africa by the ladies, all embroidered, but with little pearls. And it's a family of strange animals. And this is another kind of link between luggage and design. These are cabinets and are done by a Belgian designer. This is just a classic. It's some years, and this designer make every year a variation on this idea of superposing some luggage, and they are container, cupboard, cabinet, and kind like this. And I would like also just to make underline also the link between art and fashion. Pieces of Joana Vasconcelos is a Portuguese artist that work in a laboratory with some other ladies, and they make incredible installation with or crochet or knitted or with fabric. Incredible installation. Again, an idea of an upholstery dressed like with volant, done by Patricia Orchiola, that bring a lot of suggestion of fashion in the design. And this is incredible pieces presented on the last Salone del Mobile, that it seems something of Vionnet or kind like this. It is in wood, but it seems in fabric, but it's wood. And this is a British brand, London-based, named Squint, that each year presented a complete collection for the house, for the interior. All pieces are covered with patchwork of different fabrics, but not only sofa, pillows, and armchair, but also chandelier, vases, mirror, cabinet, and kind of this. It's really incredible. And there are a lot of links between the pattern, the last collection of Dolce & Gabbana, inspired to the color and to the pattern of Sicily. And this is the end. Stop.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ms. Cristina Morozzi.